Greetings, this is Freener Rianenchta, half-elven YouTuber. I welcome you to my reaction to Critical Role. Tonight, the milestone episode of Campaign 3, episode 50. And if memory serves from where we left off, they're about to start their assault on the key that currently resides in the material plane, the prime material plane. And they may be, it's either the eve or actually part during the actual apathy solstice. You know, it's only episode 50, and these things go like for our last campaign went for over for almost 150 episodes or so. What's it, like 141? So it's not quite endgame, but oh, by the way, I do not own, nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any of its other online presence. I'm just a fan sharing with my fellow fans. Actually, I'm trying to think of anything. Here we go. Episode 50. Oh, I forgot to check how much long this is going to be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh god, this is kind of scary.
Or slap happy in it. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor, Ultra Pro. Sam.
Your favorite tabletop adventuring parties are getting the Ultra Pro treatment. Vox Machina, the Mighty Nine, Bell's Hells will see their own gaming accessories perfect for tabletop RPGs of all kinds from Ultra Pro. Each character from Bell's Hells will get their own RPG folio. The ultimate tool and organization, and they come with matching stickers. But Matt, instead of me talking about Ultra Pro, wouldn't you rather watch a clip from a 1986 movie produced by Ultra Pro called I Can't Pro for That, and starring 80s acting sensation Gale?
Gale? Oh, heck yeah!
I've got the VHS right here. And play. This is a movie now.
As student council president, welcome, Gail, to Miller Huber High.
Hey, gee, thanks. I hope everyone here is as totally gnarly as you.
Peep the new kid, what a dork.
Yeah, your notepad is perfect for my grandma.
That playmat is uglier in your face.
Nailed it.
Hey, Goobers, that's really not cool.
Not cool, like your generic folio dweeb.
Oh, man, my first day and I'm already a poser. Looks like high school is already ruined.
Yo, Chet.
Yeah.
Bet you I could turn that nerd into a popular kid.
What? No way, Brett. That loser Gale? Bet you $10 you can't.
You're on like Donkey Kong. Oh, hold on.
Oh, put my old stuff down.
Yo, here,
Whoa.
Gale. Take some swiggity sweet Ultra Pro gear. Consider it a Miller Huber High welcome gift.
Dude, gag me with a spoon. Oh, wow, a premium Bell's Hells book folio with a pocket to store notes and maps and stuff. 10 wet erase compatible pages for character sheets and 2 9 pocket pages for standard spell cards and elastic loop to store a pencil or a marker and a Critical Role graph paper notepad and the added pocket to slide in the back cover of any source book for easy access. Wicked awesome!
Oh, there's also funky fresh playmats featuring previous Crit Roll campaign crews. Vox Machina deck protector sleeves, and tons of dice-related items like dice towers, dice trays, even premium deck boxes. Sick!
I already have a dice tray.
I'm Gail!
I don't even play it.
Brett.
Look who it is! Freakazoid! Sorry, I hadn't scrolled yet. Let's stuff Gale in the locker, dude!
Dude, wait. Look, is that radical swag from Ultra Pro?
Oh, Tubular! We're so wrong about you, Gale. You're the most popular kid in school!
Hey, thanks for making me popular, Brett.
Sweet.
I think I'm falling for you.
Ditto, babe.
Well. Looks like you won the bet, Brett. $10 for making Gale cool, bruh.
It's a twig, okay.
Yeah, but give me change later. Brett, was this some kind of prank? You tricked me?
No. I mean, yes. It started out as a lie, but then I fell in love with you. That was real. Do you forgive me?
She forget.
God, no!
Wait, what? Well, can I have my Ultra Pro stuff back then?
Get bit, hoser!
Oh, what about us? Will you be our friends?
100% no! I'm Gail, gosh darn it, and I have something better than friends. I have self-confidence, and I'm gonna burn down the goddamn school and run away with this student council president.
Want to take my truck?
Sure, babe, but I'm driving. Let's get the fuck out of here. Ultra Pro!
I actually got one.
Oh, what a good movie. Well, maybe it was a terrible movie. But Ultra Pro is great. Get yours today at ultrapro.com/critical role. Matt, back to you. That was great, you guys.
So much.
That was on par with a lot of 80s high school features, actually.
Yeah, no, they really are.
When you took your hair down, it was like you were a totally different person.
I didn't even know it was the same person.
Wow.
You did it.
Amazing.
Well, Ultra Pro can make you real cool.
Thank you, Sam.
Story.
This episode is also sponsored by NordVPN. Browse the internet safely, but most importantly, freely. Even when traveling abroad, you don't want to miss your favorite content. Open the map, click on a location, you'll be connected in seconds. It's that easy. Cyber attacks are not a hoax. Online crimes are steadily growing every year, with millions of people falling victim to hackers, losing their personal data and money. More than ever, it begins to look like a game of cat and mouse. Your password is your first line of defense. Unfortunately, most people just don't take it seriously. Happy to use simple passwords or set the same password for multiple accounts. This allows hackers to try a number of tricks to break in. One way around this is to turn on Dark Web Monitor to get alerts about your credentials that appear on background hacker websites. So use the free NordPass Password Manager to generate and automatically fill in strong passwords for you. A VPN is one of those things that are just good to have. This 2-year plan includes a huge discount and bonus gift for free. So head on over to nordvpn.com/critical role to try it risk-free right now with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you, NordVPN, for your continued support.
Micro Machines.
Oh my god, I remember those commercials. Hey, guess what? There's 4 new items available in all the CR shops. First up, and I'm really proud of it, is this Critical Role Diced Home Rolling Tray.
What does that mean? What does that
It's
do?
hold on, I gotta get the packaging
You were
out.
about to show it to us before we started.
I know, and then I said, don't look at, I ripped the packaging.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's a
The artist
rebel.
is by Sylvie Humphreys. Look, it says Critical Role Explorer's Guide to Dressage, Volume 1.
Nice.
And then you open it up,
And then what?
and it's a rolling tray, bitches! Look, it's like a rolling tray, and it comes with this foam, so everything keeps nice and safe.
Comes as a sweet
can put
silica
your-
gel packet.
Yeah.
Keep it nice and fresh.
Put dice in here.
You guys.
Seriously, though,
That's really cool.
it's really
Roll for initiative, dude.
forever, the whole episode. And
Boy.
then we also have
Hey.
some more dice. My 9 dice.
I was
I've
going
got just
first.
one.
Last week, this week, I had
Caleb
finally got my
ones.
taxes done.
And then we've also got Matt. Look, we have traveler ones. Do you want to
I'm
use them?
excited to try them.
Here you go, traveler.
Thank
Whatever
you.
you want. So yeah, check them out. They're in the stores. Da-da-da. That's all I got. Da-da-da-da-da.
And there it is. Thank you, Laura.
Welcome.
Oh, Cupcake. And with Cupcake, I believe that brings us to the end of our announcements. So
Bring it,
let's
bro.
go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
It's Thursday night. Oh, you
Critters, come join us. It's time to continue
are fine. There's magic
chemistry. Who knows what will happen?
tonight.
One thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll. It's Thursday night. All you critters, come join us. It's time to continue our
Thursday night.
There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will
We'll rise. No
one thing's for sure.
We never give up. Oh, get ready! It's the Wait, did they? Was there a slight change in the intro? I think they added Odahan.
And welcome back. So, last we left off. Bell's Hells, you've been traversing the length and breadth of Marquette in your skyship, the Silver Sun, in transit as time clicks closer and closer to the apogee solstice. Upon many days of challenging encounters, terrifying weather, a few boons in your way, a quick stop at Bassaris to pick up a few magical items with some of the money that you've saved, a few connections, taking on board a terrifying fey entity that you've battled in the past as an antagonist, and then heading in the northeast direction to the, the Irowendagoth. No worries. But you've reached out to a few allies, a possible promise of a cavalry when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
And you now zero in on the final day before the solstice finds its way above the skies of Marquette. So, as the sun begins to rise over the distant horizon, the cracked and dusty landscape, the Hellcatch Valley before you, the mounting winds of a darkened gray sandstorm that begins to cruise and press near or in your direction in the days to come. The day is yours to plan, prepare, and tell me what you wish to do as you approach.
That's right, it was an at dawn we plan situation.
We did no
Planning. Nothing.
Well, after 8
Yeah.
years, I think we figured out that, planning or no planning,
So far.
it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basic structure, and then throw it out the window when you actually get there.
So the solstice has not begun.
Correct.
It begins.
Tonight. Is it wee hours of the morning right now, you said?
It's 3 hours in the morning. It happens tonight or happens tomorrow. You're not sure the exact timing.
Starts in 12 to 24 hours.
Maybe it happens when the moon comes up.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, it's usually okay.
Do we want? It's nighttime. We're about to go to sleep. Is that right?
Well,
No,
no,
it's early morning.
you're waking up. The
Just
morning
We're
is
about to
beginning.
go to sleep.
This is like the day before everything.
This is the day before everything?
Fucking
Today was the
perfect.
day.
Perfect. We should just get our coffins and our caskets, our measurements now. That was perfect.
Today we woke up and today's the first day.
No, maybe tonight could be the first night.
What is happening? What's the apogee?
So wait.
This is how you know it's scripted.
But here's the problem. Here's my problem.
Yeah.
This is Sam Riegel. You can tell because no southern twang.
Oh, okay.
We can't reconnaissance.
can't.
We can't recon. We can't. We're in a big fucking ship.
No.
So what do we do? What are we gonna fly up and be like, don't look at us?
How
We're
do we get
breaking.
close? Do we land far? Do we land far away? Or this is Imogen now. I don't know.
We do have someone that can fly, and we have ways to make them invisible. Or you could make someone fly and make them invisible.
These are the ideas that I need.
Right.
We have to have a ground team. We have to have an infiltration team, right?
I think that
Oh, okay.
Are
Okay.
we- are we
yeah, we're
okay?
in character now.
Oh, we're in it? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I feel like
We don't actually know what Ira
Ludinus,
does.
He's gonna be.
Yeah, we're going there.
Gotta get the hands of them. There you go.
What are we going to do, Imogen?
Oh, guys,
but
let's
like-
cancel the solstice. Let's go home.
If we're invisible and we're flying,
Yeah.
Start fucking.
somebody could see orgy. Somebody could see us. That's really powerfully magic, right?
What
They
the-
can see things that are invisible.
Somebody-
In
I
theory,
imagine.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. The ship is so large, we need to build in the time to park it far away.
Yeah.
And that's travel time.
Yeah.
So we need appropriate travel time. And we could send someone flying in, but that's too far to go on your own.
Yeah, if it's an hour of flying and your travel speed is 40 or 50 feet while you're flying,
40, I think.
so you'd have to get far enough away to be able to half hour that 20 minutes there, look around for 10, 20 minutes back.
Point of order. We don't know where there is.
No.
No.
So we don't even know. Okay, it feels like we're far enough to disembark.
Right.
We have to find it first.
Yep.
And then when we find it, they can see us.
How far
Yeah.
is the?
Shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 feet.
Okay, that's not.
Can we do a cloud around us so that we could at least get?
So we're like one moving cloud. Like that's not obvious at all in the
Well,
sky.
I mean,
It's a sandstormy day, right? As you said, it's cloudy. What's the weather?
It looks like there will be some winds and dust coming in a number of hours from now.
clouds
Yes.
though? No clouds?
Not like heavy. I mean, there's clouds in the sky, but there's no storm blowing, and there's just like heavy winds picking up a dust storm at most.
For instance, could we like go into the cumulonimbus clouds and sort of like hide up there if we did some
You
skill
can
check?
certainly try.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
okay.
That doesn't
Yes,
sound
maybe
good.
we do a super high
you
altitude.
want to-
A serious
A halo drop?
A halo drop.
You want to nail our plan to the weather.
Well, how else do we don't even know where it is. We can't do anything unless we first find it. And we can't find it if we're visible. So we should go in the clouds.
In that vision
plan.
that you had in the dream, we saw a sinkhole.
A
We
giant
obviously went
hole.
into the sinkhole.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of other stuff. Outside the sinkhole, do you remember any kind of identifying features?
Oh right, I think there was
Landmarks?
sand and dirt.
Sand ruins.
Was there a water
There's
burger?
ruins.
Correct.
Discuss it down a
To the
little
right of
bit.
the Whataburger.
Now, as part of the dream, it wasn't an extremely clear take on everything around you. Like, it was mainly like you can make out shapes and some details around you, almost like they're on the very far periphery of your vision at all times, unless you focused on something, and you were focused on your mother. So you remember you remember aspects. You remember the pit. You remember some of the structure and like the architecture within. You remember seeing on the outside of the pit there was what looked like small encampments with some like winding like steps and some sort of like two long descents that continue down into the pit from the above lip of it.
Crossways that went back and forth across the pit, right?
Some of the bridges did, but they never crossed the center.
Okay.
They were all like kind of off to the side. But yeah.
Okay.
If we get close enough, or at least high enough or something, I can always send in Pate to do a little flyby.
We do have a mystery box that we haven't opened yet.
What's that?
Ira.
Ira.
We should include him in all of these plans.
We don't know what the fuck. Like what,
Oh
what
yeah,
the
he
fuck
can
can
kind
he
of
do?
teleport in and out of stuff. Maybe he could.
We already learned.
I think he said he has had an eye on them, right?
And we're just
He
guessing.
has had an
We
eye
know
on them,
exactly where it is based on
Ira,
like
get
his
the fuck up here.
and he can only bamf a little bit. I think he can only like.
That's okay, even if it's just him
like
or
500
plus
feet.
one per. I think he said he could take somebody with them last time.
I have a feeling it's like
Dimension door.
yeah.
Yeah, 500 feet.
Oh, Ira.
You head down into the chamber that Ira's chosen
We go down
for his
in.
quarters, and it's kind of like a musty storage chamber under deck, beneath the deck. And as you kind of open the door and call the name out, you can see kind of perched up in the corner, like just kind of sitting up there, the legs curled up, the arms kind of out, the head kind of like unfurls from within the coat and looks at you with a smile. You called my name.
Did you sleep like that?
Well, I mean, the quarters are kind. Make do with what you're given.
I think Matt has entirely too much fun with this character.
Our approach
Entirely
and how
too
we
much
might be able to
fun.
do some basic reconnaissance, because instead of just dropping down and smiting the earth and everything contained within, we might want to try and salvage a soul or two before we do so. So we were curious. You have the ability to kind of jump from space to space. Would it be... First of all, have you been to this site in person yet, as you were keeping an eye on them?
In person, no, but I know where it is, and now we can get there.
That's a big help.
Very big help.
Yeah.
So to
How do you mean?
I've seen it. The device that I built with the Callaways allowed me to locate it.
Would you be able to judge how close we are and
When we should land and
yeah.
His arms like reach out and push past you into the hallway and kind of clambers around in almost a corkscrew as he heads down to the stairway that leads up to the deck.
Just to be clear, your intention is to destroy this device, not use it or salvage it in any way.
You're asking this on the deck? Or you follow him as he goes up there?
Yes.
Okay, he goes, I wish to destroy everything they've worked on.
Somebody insight check him, please.
I will.
Both of you make insight checks.
Yeah. Honestly, I believe him.
22.
Why don't you roll on that dice tray?
22?
It's over yonder.
Just pull out a
whole ass kid.
18.
18.
Oh, Whispers.
I know, I forgot to roll my...
I don't think I'm
Well, I
supposed
shall roll
to read
low.
this for Whispers. It says for combat only. But fuck it. This combat is brought to you by WizKids Minis.
Yeah, we don't know.
Join forces with the Mighty Nine to take on the terrifying Okatoa. Pre-order painted or unpainted versions of this behemoth today. You can expand your collection of Critical Role minis at wizkids.io/crminis or your LGS, right? Is that what you say? Why LGS? Your local game store? Isn't that right?
Now they know.
FLGS is friendly local game store.
Thank you.
Friendly neighborhood spider.
FLGS.
He kind of like looks at you for a second, smiling as he finishes his phrase, and then clambers off to the edge of the deck. And you watch as he reaches into his coat and pulls out this tiny little spyglass that like extends like this long needle, and the end kind of unravels like a clockwork device into this like extended lens that seems to almost appear out of space with this like flash of fey energy, and he puts it up to his eye, and you watch as it kind of curls, not unlike the end of the device, the key replication that you saw in the hideaway, and kind of shifts its upper body a bit this way, the wind kind of blowing his ears a bit to the side before it retracts, puts it back into his coat, turns around. Captain, we're going this way. And he points and leans in, his whole body forming like an extended weird weather vane as he kind of arcs his long gnarled finger in the direction that he emphasizes as the captain in the back end just goes,
Hi. What did you say?
Sure, all right, well, go ahead and follow where it's going. This, why would they argue with the giant Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Slightly arc the ship in the direction it's going and kind of begins taking a few notes and on like a side table where the small map that Captain Xandus has, they're also like marking the trajectory of where they're heading. With that, Ira turns back around. But I surmise it won't be too long, so what are we doing?
A few hours less.
I'd say probably half a day's journey.
Fair enough. We're going to communicate this to the captain, but one of our fallback plans is to use this ship itself as a weapon. We're hoping that might catch them off guard. Like that. But
that's fun.
I figure maybe I should go talk to Xandus and sort of start to introduce the idea.
Sure. There are other crew members that will need to get off the ship.
I don't think so. The captain's the only one that survives this.
Isn't the captain supposed to go down with the ship?
El Nightmare King to communicate how we're going to go in quiet?
Sure.
Well, we got to figure out how we're going to go in quiet, right?
Well, we're going to set down, I assume we're going to set down a couple hours out.
Yeah, we do want to set out of visual range so they can't see us, whether we're high or low. And in this case, low would serve us best, right? As close to the horizon as possible.
Yeah, get all the innocent folk off the ship and us in a
I
scouting
don't know.
party.
I mean, let's think about it, F.C.G.
All
What
right.
if we sacrifice their souls to buff yours? What if it's sacrificed to the Changebringer? What if he gives you multiple coins? Ask the Changebringer.
Yeah, okay. Changebringer, would you like me to sacrifice the lives of innocents on this ship?
Called it.
See, I just don't think you should.
Open your heart to her message.
There's a message in there. There's a mystery. Clearly, she doesn't want me to just willy-nilly sacrifice people. But maybe she's saying that we're going to have to make a sacrifice on this day of some sort.
That's exactly what you just asked
Just
for.
gonna
Yeah.
say,
I'm just saying, like,
you have just leveled up, F.C.G. I think bringing some nuance and interpretation to your faith is a very important step.
Yeah, actually, I'm with this.
Oh boy! Can't wait to translate it into other languages and see what happens.
I'm gonna have to think on this. You guys talk.
Ira, have you experienced the apogee solstice before in your lifetime?
I've not necessarily been present here in Exandria at its time. It has some echo effects amongst the other realms, and I've made use of it in ways that it was curious. But I must say, from what I've seen and learned, and even just these past handful of years, my brief interactions with Ludinus and his strange interests, it seems like it would be quite a quite a unique opportunity for some.
Oh, wait. I don't know if we've talked about this. We
haven't told her.
Do we know that that who you're talking about is the same person that we met?
Yes, we do.
We do know this. We met him.
Yeah, we met him.
Smashing.
Can he see invisible things?
Who?
Do you know? Lewdness?
Most likely.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He's, by and large, one of the oldest and most powerful practitioners of magic in this mortal realm.
How old do you reckon?
I have no idea. I have at least a half millennium.
He mentioned being around during the calamity, maybe towards the end of the calamity, or
That
post.
seems a bit stretched for the lifespan of an elf, unless he dabbles in necromancy, which, I mean, then the gates kind of fly open, but it's possible.
He's got like a real massive grudge for the gods.
So I've noticed. It's adorable.
What do you think about the gods?
I don't think about them.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's kind of the same.
We can make out with them now.
You have so much in common.
Just two spiders.
I'm just gonna try to just grab the little.
You don't want to wait for a
You're
distraction?
seriously
or
just gonna try to
diversion?
do it right now?
Well, while they're talking.
Do it.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to take his little needle spyglass.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
You cracking open some new ones for this?
No, I just keep closing that for some reason, like they'll reset.
Okay, yeah, that's sure. That's dice lore.
Chucks it.
Okay. 20.
Yeah.
20. Okay. As he's leaning forward, you see precisely this kind of small sewn pocket on the inside of the lapel. You deftly, glance over and see just the slightest glint of light on metal, and rapidly kind of lean forward and withdraw it and tuck it away. Doesn't seem to notice.
There's no way he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he's down to clown. He knows.
Yeah, he's Faye.
What was the last solstice like over in the Fey realm? Like, what made everybody interested in it in the first place?
Well, the solstice primarily, the average solstice as it occurs, brings with it heightened magical energy, strange beings, mutations, and a lot of aberrations born around that time period tend to be the more dangerous and swollen of their normal selves. That's how you find some of the more unique and mythological beasts that make a name for themselves. Often born in or around a solstice, but the apogee solstice, well, in my experience, from a Fey standpoint, the sky grows brighter, the darks grow darker. For our folk and those around us, it's a night of ritual, it's a night of celebration, it's a night of indulgence and bacchanalian joys and terrors.
How old is the red moon?
Well, we know that it didn't appear in the sky until
Post-calamity, right?
Yeah.
Far pre-calamity.
Divergence. Post.
No, Rudis.
Yeah, Rudis.
No, Rudis has been around since around the founding.
Yeah, because it's a god cage. If it's our theory is if it's a god cage holding two gods that no one's ever heard of, then that's long before the calamity. It's the beginning. That's the beginning.
I was just trying to put this together.
The Adam and Eve of gods. You're gonna make a bunch more.
So if we sit down, do we take the vehicle and drive close to do a scout?
I guess
It's pretty loud, but yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's right.
Well, yeah, you get close enough to ditch it and go on foot. I
Yeah.
mean, just to make it little.
And then
And
we
it's a small group.
have 2 teams. Is that what we're looking at? A sky team and a ground team.
Well, it feels like whoever's on the ship that's gonna do that needs to either have some fly or something, or to be able to cast, have it cast on them, but also like an ability to communicate. But it's probably one person on the ship, right?
And Ira and Xandus is one duo that makes sense because
Yeah, but
Ira
Ira
can get
could
him
be-
out of there. I know. I'm just trying to think how you fly that ship in and not sacrifice anyone on board.
Well, are we thinking the ground team is going to come back after the scout, or once we're in, we're in?
Do we have time for a scout? Or are we
We have
right
a whole
on top
day.
of it?
We have a whole day.
Well, we've got half a day,
Half a day
to get there.
near it. Half a day to get there and
Yeah, it's
park,
gonna be-
and then travel to it.
Like, we're going to get to it. The ground team, if they can get in, if they can get eyes on your mom and on
Ren.
Plane Rider Ren, are going to be like, yes, I need
We
more
got
time,
her.
hold,
Yeah.
or like, I don't see her.
I think we still have to do that though. We still have to send in a ground team because otherwise we're all flying in. That seems crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not doing that for sure.
So we should
So
we should
really,
go
what it's
in
going to
by
have
ground
to be is
Yeah.
either you or me.
to send.
We split up.
I think what the Changebringer was telling me was to stay on the ship.
Really?
Well,
How are you going to fly off?
I have a little propeller.
Also,
Does that really work?
We need
Because
a
I feel like the only
healer.
time it works is if, you know.
Try it right here. Can you hover?
Try.
Makes a cool noise.
2 horsepower.
Yeah. You don't fly. You haven't tried slowing a descent, but doesn't seem to do much at the moment.
I could fashion some sort of parachute. We have enough time to make one.
What is the issue here at hand we're discussing?
Okay, so catching you up real quick. Here's what we're thinking: ground team, go in, get Imogen's mom. Also get Plane Rider Ren.
Super important.
She's a little bit petrified, and it's kind of been made like an example of, and there's a big statue in front of the Malleus Key. So we want to get her
Where
because there's
everybody can see her.
yeah, because there are other people who are trapped in other dimensions. So if we don't get her, then they might be just stuck there forever in the fire plane. Anyway, we get them, and then we fly the boat in, either super low, super stealthy, through the canyons, smash it into the Malleus Key. We got a super bomb made by Imahara Joe, and then also maybe some other things, and or we position the boat over top of the Malleus Key, and we kill the brimstone and let it go. Boom.
This motherfucker better not betray us. We just gave him the whole thing.
But we need we need Xandus on board to fly it. Or no, Ashton, you studied how to fly it, right?
I know how it works. I'm not probably great at it yet, but I understand. I was more trying to figure out how brimstone
And
works. But
also,
it's,
Fern, didn't you study
Oh,
it?
yes, I did.
So who's going to stay behind to be this proverbial sacrifice?
What
We're trying to figure out right now.
I
think we
can't fly, but I can take a hit.
No, but you
I
guys
can fly
can't communicate with us from
the
far away.
boat, but we can't communicate.
So either FCG or I
So
have
why
to
don't
stay.
why don't you and I stay? Can you get us, like, if we jumped off, could you like slow our descent?
You can polymorph.
Might be kind of
I could,
Yeah.
yes, I could polymorph.
Yeah.
Thank you. I forgot this is a new thing that I can do. I could figure it out. I
Okay.
could figure it out. We'd be fine. We'd be totally fine.
Or you two could stay. Either way.
I have an argument for Ashton to be on the ground because he helps us stealth around.
I'm on the ground.
I'm terrible at stealth,
But
You're a
Ashton
good
helped the group.
emergency. You're
Yeah,
a good
for sure.
emergency.
but I'm gonna be coming. We're gonna be coming.
Yeah, we're definitely
Gonna
not
fly
in
in.
consideration
Yeah,
for the
we're
sky
gonna be
ship.
flying in.
No, that's fair.
And neither are
Just-
you, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know what I could do on this.
So it's between y'all four.
And I think it is the two of you. There's nobody else it can be.
We also need a plan for moving Rin
Which is going to be
in a
one of the
manner
beefy-
that she will not break.
beefy boys.
So we need beefy Ashton.
Well, yeah, I was thinking Ashton or you.
Strength.
Let's not count out
Lifting
the
things.
age over here, okay?
That's why we have the
I have a
hole.
lot of power there.
No.
Put it in the
It's
hole.
like a GNC
I can
under
help
the
you
bus.
fly.
But Ira, how strong are you?
Magic.
Anybody can take the hole.
Oh, great.
Like guide you and stuff.
Okay, okay.
I can get around all right. In what regard are you asking?
Just if we needed help picking up a giant stone pillar.
I could certainly help. But my skills lie in other avenues.
I don't know. It might be very useful if you could potentially help us dismantle this Malleus Key if the skyship plan fails, or just having.
Oh,
an
I'd be
expert
very
here.
interested in
You're not going to betray us, are you?
Why would I?
You know,
Reasons why I would.
there's a
Of course, you can't trust me.
That's fair.
But what options do you have?
I'm weirdly comfortable with not trusting somebody.
Can I get a vibe of Ira checking out his Fey bod, what his strength is compared to my super average 10.
He's fucking. He's
Much stronger
made
than
of
you.
sticks.
Much stronger.
Jackson.
Not like massively, but like strong.
Yeah, I'm not strong. I'm
Yeah,
small.
tensile face strength.
And Ira, not to get too inside baseball, great game played on a remote island. If you weren't with us, and if the skyship wasn't going to crash down and make this big fucking commotion, what would your plan be, just in case something goes awry?
Oh, I'd probably try and find a way to rapidly sneak in, find out where the basis of all of its power sources are, and destroy them all at once before anyone knows any better.
I like it. That sounds good to me.
But they have seemed to have adjusted some of their setup. But that's where improvisation comes in.
The only other part of this we haven't talked about, because it feels like it'll be incredible if we get that far, is getting out.
Yes. I mean, we can't. We can't.
For the change
We
bringer.
we just can't plan that far.
Okay. I can
take one with
It's a
me.
waste of time.
We're just acknowledging it for us so we don't go like, oh yeah.
I mean, maybe we could just stash the crawler
Worst case,
nearby.
we also, if it's about to go boom, we do have a portable hole.
I can make a couple of quick jaunts with one other.
Not bad either.
Maybe somebody asked this. Tall King, can you tell us, can you do anything about Rin's petrification?
Oh, that is beyond my
Good
realm of
Get back
expertise.
to Nan and Maury, though. She can help. She already said she could.
Yeah, I just... She
Maybe
would be
we
able to
don't-
exit out of
Yeah,
there if we
she
could wake her
would.
up.
If this is the big HQ here, maybe they'll have like, I don't know, teleportation circles or vehicles or other things
Maybe the
inside
voice
or
of the
below.
Tempest might have some abilities to get in and out. Or, I mean, we're meeting them there. We didn't even.
See any trees in your dream?
Is she personally coming? Or is it just her?
Possible, but not 100%. We could
Don't you think someone
Oh,
with
that's
that
right.
power would have the
There you go.
ability to wake up Rin?
probably.
But not remotely.
Not remotely.
But perhaps other Ashari. Also, have we called them?
Yeah, we did yesterday.
Got a message through a seed.
Right, but don't we need to follow up and be like,
Yeah, we need to follow up today.
this? Okay.
Probably once we like land.
We have a sense of things.
All right. Plan set.
All right.
How are we?
Let's go.
What is the sneaky team doing? How's the sneaky team getting
That's
down?
for y'all to figure out when you get down there.
Sneaky team is Ashton, Chetney, Orm, Laudna. Which three of y'all are on the skyship?
We're just skyship.
Okay, an Imogen sneaky team.
All right.
I just want to point out, we're bringing no one with healing capabilities with us on Team Sneak.
We've got health potions
potions.
galore,
Health
and we're gonna be dive bombing in right away.
Yeah, and if you go down, like we can also, pull off your health potion and dump it in your mouth, or betray you and take it for ourselves.
If I'm staying behind on the ship with these two, I could take one of you to a place of absolute necessary timing, if need be.
What does that mean?
Oh.
I can grasp you within my fold, and both of us can be there as soon as we need to.
Do you have the ability to send messages?
Very short distance.
Also, he has a cantrip.
But you seem to have that ability, eh?
Sure.
Could have an emergency healer.
Oh.
If need be, just let me know.
Conscious.
I'll grab your metal friend here, and we'll just make a grand entrance.
That's actually a really good idea.
Let me think. What?
Right?
Yeah.
So then you would
I
you
have a
would come
ship.
with us?
Like
I'm
anything
in charge
else
of the
that
ship,
could
right?
be helpful.
Yeah.
I could think
You're
of
the
it.
captain. I'm the first mate.
And then you would turn into a bird or something, I don't know, and
Fly
join us.
far,
And,
far, far away.
well, that's
Then why is Ira staying on the ship?
sure. We'll just let that.
To quick teleport us?
Okay.
Or I can come with you. Choice is yours.
And I know it's been fruitless thus far, but should we try to do another thing where we look and see if any dream walkers are watching us right now? Like we've watched them?
Just like a perception?
We made them do something before. It doesn't usually work, but just for shits and
If
giggles.
my circlet that I'm wearing is making me impossible to scry on, that's not the same as what the dream.
Make a wisdom check for me, if you don't mind.
Oh, wait. Vision check. I'm not very wise. 7.
7. You don't fully understand the details of the powers that you have, though you're beginning to grasp them more and more. How people have peered in, or you've peered on individuals, it feels instinctual, and you're uncertain as to the true nature of what creates that tether, that connection. Okay. You do sense in binding with the circlet that it does seem to keep such tethers out.
Okay. All right.
Only other thought. In case your mom comes around or if she's selling us out, do you want to reach out and give her a false lead? Like say, either A, we'll be there in a couple days, just to throw her off, or B, maybe act like you're coming solo, and if you really wanted to find her, where could you locate her inside?
I can try. She might be able to see through it, what with everything that we've given her so far. But
Your call, of course.
I have another question about the circlet.
Yep.
Wait, this could be awesome. Wait, if the circlet keeps you from having people talking to you telepathically without you wanting them to.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be peaceful.
If I try to drop my mental walls, do I hear everybody? Do I hear all the thoughts around me still, or is it empty?
Because you usually can't do that around lots of people.
If you open your mind?
If you know how all the time I'm blocking all the buzz out, right?
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes.
If I stop mentally actively doing that, do I hear people still, or does the circlet keep it away?
For the first time in a long time, there is a restful silence that comes across your mind.
That means that they can't be spied upon by.
That opens up a bit.
You don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Probably.
That face.
Yes, but
That face.
how does that feel?
That's pretty amazing.
Means after this, we're going clubbing.
Wow. Okay. That's great. Then, okay, yeah, so I could probably do open mind and it wouldn't be as painful to do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What other prep? Who do we need to talk to, check in with? We're half day, so we've been flying for about half hour, an hour.
Did you still want to talk
Yeah,
to
have
Sanders?
a conversation. You have a handful of hours before you.
Oh, yes.
And give him a bit of a heads up.
I
Well,
got
we're-
this, no problem.
We're just gonna pull him off the ship, though.
100%. But I'm gonna.
Yeah, will Xander stay behind with you two? And
Yeah, there's
then
no
Fern,
point.
We'll come
No.
with you.
Fern
and
carry.
I think we.
You don't think you want the person with lots and lots of experience?
She learned.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
I'm
what?
not fighting
it's
it.
not
No,
what?
I'm-
You're gonna
I'm
challenge
embracing
my,
chaos.
my
I'm
What do we
embracing
do?
chaos.
skills?
What do we do when we jump off the ship? We're gonna have Xandus with us. If-
Right?
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
in
that's
the
right,
belly
Xandus-
of the fight?
Yeah, no. Xandus isn't a fighter.
Well, let's
Are you
talk
Xandus?
to him. Let's see what.
Xandus is.
Talk to him.
They're back behind the wheel. Sorry, I can't hear you through all the wind. What's going on? Your seven name?
Listen, I just wanted to give you a little insight into what's going on.
Sure.
Lord Esteros, boy, he made us rich. Filthy rich. In fact, we're going to be coming into a few other airships after this.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to
Congratulations.
start
That's
Thank you. So I was hoping maybe
wow.
you might be interested in overseeing that fleet, but before we do, we got to scuttle this one. It's just kind of becoming obsolete, and I know you might be very fond of it, but here's the deal. We're going to be scuttling it in a strategic location to set us up for an advantageous enterprise. After this, you can either be a part of that scuttling effort, which is going to be fairly high adrenaline, or we could let you off of the ship, and you can watch from afar if it's too emotional for you.
Make a persuasion check.
Wow. That was a roller coaster.
I don't know what I was saying. Okay. no. Yep. 5. No, 15. That's a 4 to 14. 5.
Wait, what?
No, that's a perception check.
Yeah.
Oh my
Why'd you have advantage?
because I'm looking at perception, which is not that.
All right,
Persuasion's down here.
Roll one more dice and make that be your perception.
Sorry, guys. I stroked
been a
out.
long week.
13.
13. You look at Xandis and their right eye kind of twitches a little bit. I'm sorry, you saying you're looking to just get rid of the ship? Just say goodbye to my baby?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
For the purpose of
He gets him all the rest of the crew under his step and just flips it upside down. And just,
Yeah, I mean, there are some
nice
noble
help.
pursuits and all
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
have
the
a nice
boring
help.
stuff. Really, it's going to be a new echelon of sky travel. Esteros, Xandis, Incorporated.
Easy.
yeah, please, you can
I'm gonna
NPCs
help.
do insight
So
checks or do they just not?
I'm gonna help you through all this.
I mean, you know,
That sweetens the deal.
this is your boat. You can do what you want with it. Based on what I'm gleaning, we're going to a very dangerous circumstance, and based on the Technicolor crazy sky stuff, it's going to be kind of a little dangerous, right?
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Yes, kind of gleaning that. If there's any more information you want to give about how dangerous things are going to be, it'd be great, because I have a lot of people here that I care about as part of this ship that I also got to take care of. And if we can figure that out, I mean, the ship is yours to do what you like. You own it.
Yeah, they're going to be coming off regardless. We just wanted to know if you would be interested in guiding its final journey to its destination. It will be intense.
You're asking me to go down with the ship.
No, we're going to get you off the ship on the way down. That's why you can either be a part of that, guiding its expertly navigated route to its final destination, or you can watch from afar while we probably fuck it up.
We're gonna save the world.
I can just put in that the ship is probably screwed either way if we don't do this, if we do this. We're kind of in the middle of the ship.
All right, no, that's fair. That's fair enough point.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ashton.
Also, like, all right, no, I mean, this the captain's duty to go down with the ship, I suppose. But usually, there's like, you can swim. If it's a boat, this is a sky ship, so it kind of explodes when it collides. And you say you can help. How? I need assurances. I really like this life. I want to stick with it.
Right. If
Sure, we can.
we don't know how much of a fighter you are, Xandis. If you'd rather stay at a distance and keep yourself safe as well as the rest of the crew, then I say disembark before we get.
Let's do that one. Not the fighter.
Yeah, that's a good.
Let's do
Just
that.
if you have time, just help this one.
Yeah, maybe
have her
help firm
Well,
the
get
ship up.
together.
Are you? Are you piloting this?
Yeah.
Take the wheel for the next hour. I just want to have a look at this.
Sort of, okay, great.
Yeah, it's learner's permit.
But like, what would I need? What's like the best? Just to make sure that I'm the best person for this job, do we know what it would entail?
Okay. Good indicator. Good indicator.
I'm gonna be
buffing me?
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving you so much emotional support that it will give you an advantage.
Multitask.
Constant guiding.
Not just guiding, but enhance your abilities
Okay, great.
and your emotional state. So you're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine at this.
We'll be great. We'll be great at this.
Just slowly, it's transitioning to day as we travel. I'm keeping that
Hit you
going.
with morphine an hour ahead of time.
Yeah, I'll be there.
We're good. We're good. Okay.
your
All
practice
right. All
up,
right.
down.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've showed you the basics for the most part. I just want to make sure that I'd really hate for you to miss your mark.
Yeah.
So that would look bad on all of us.
Yeah.
So I'd say, take the wheel for a bit. Show me what you got.
All right.
Go ahead and roll.
Guidance.
Yeah, perfect.
Because this is a protracted period of time, guidance will, I think, will really help with this one, especially given the circumstance that the scenario involved here would likely not have guidance as an option. Go ahead and roll a d20 and either add your, I'll say, survival or your, let's say, dexterity.
Or deception.
Or deception.
Apogee solstice.
Oh,
Do
that's
what we must
not
do
great
because
for
we
the
can.
first.
Wow.
Nine
Yeah.
for the first roll.
All right. So you all sit back for a bit while you're discussing your plans, and the ship occasionally it's like, what? Oh, put the bed this way. You know what? You promised me we'd get off the ship, right? You got me all safe? All right, I'm going to take it in there. You're fine. Whoa. It takes the wheel back and says...
Whoa, let me just give it one other go. I got to learn how to, when it's the hard stuff.
The timeline of this is a little short than this.
She's got this.
I'm kind of Team Xantis.
Yeah, well...
She's got this. Give her one more shot.
I got it.
All right, one more shot. We got how much time we got? I was like looking over the edge, kind of clutching and then leaning way too far outward from the long limbs. You're almost like expecting them to either like take off, like a spider in a windstorm, or like plummet off the front as they just glance out their head. And
I'm opening the
back
hole.
around
If
to
there's anything in
Xander's.
the ship you want to keep and bring with us down there, let's grab it now and load up.
Ira goes, maybe 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours. We got 3 hours.
All right, then. For next hour, let's try this again.
I'm gonna enhance her wisdom ability.
Oh, so they said.
I'm gonna cast.
So it
enhance
was
ability.
maybe 3. I thought he said 83.
You get to roll twice.
Okay.
This is an example of what it will be if we don't have an expert flying it. The rolls are.
Okay. 22.
That's almost 3.5
Pick it
days.
up a little better. Evens out. And you watch as the kind of tall, slowly shifting mountain of brown and gray dust on the windy horizon.
You will stay
is
away.
imminent within the next half hour or so before it kind of begins to blanket the landscape in a low-strength dust storm. But as Sandus goes, you definitely picked it up. It's better. You feel confident you can do that again? If you're so you're saying you're aiming for like a very specific target on this, or is it just trying to crash into whatever?
No, it's a really specific.
Yeah. It's a large sinkhole.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're the bosses. You tell me what you want.
We just don't want to. We don't want to kill you, Xandis.
I don't want to die.
I mean, if we fail, does it matter?
I mean, that's kind of why I'm making assurances, because if we fail, there are no fucking airships
The
anyway.
two of you could get him out of Dodge.
No.
You're getting teleported. You can fly. You
I
can
mean,
carry
I
somebody.
I don't want to waste the Nightmare King on some dude.
Well, no, I could take care of Xandis, or if
I just don't want to crash the airship into the side of the crater. And have
We've
it
got
miss.
all kinds of buffs. I got all kinds of buffs.
If we
got a fucking moat of possibility.
Oh, that's true.
I would.
Okay.
We can spend it.
That's just
somewhere
another way to do advantage, though.
Else somewhere we could spend it somewhere.
Just putting it out there. Is it? I mean, I feel like you have to go down and be on ground team, but having, an exultant in proximity in that area that everybody knows you, that's what we want.
Do we still have our robes from when we were rolling around the Paragon's Call?
In the hole.
Should be in the hole. I've got a disguise kit too.
We should disguise ourselves at the very least.
As Ruby.
Putty.
Ruby Vanguard?
Yeah, we don't. I don't think we have Vanguard robes, but we do have.
We stole like 3 red Vanguard robes
Yes,
too
we did.
from the house.
Oh, that's right. All right.
So we're flying it. Yeah?
What if?
I mean,
One last idea.
Yeah.
To bring the expert with us.
Yeah.
Into a hotbed of danger, I understand that. What if you guys have the hole with the vehicle in it?
Will the vehicle fit in the hole?
and we give it to Xandis when we land?
I think we asked
Vehicle's
about
probably
that.
not going to fit in there. It's a
Yeah,
little
we asked
large.
about
I know I'm fighting against the Xandis thing, but the Changebringer said to bring to bring someone on to sacrifice, so I'm okay with it.
The wild winds of interpretation blown again.
I mean, why am I fighting against it? Right? That's what the Changebringer said to do, so I'm okay with it.
Skeleton crew, it's still very good for you to know how to fly the ship if
Yes.
we let everybody else land.
For sure, for sure,
Sure.
for sure.
So it's
No.
good to have you.
I gotta
and
go with the
then
Changebringer on this.
Try to not kill Xandis, please. I
There's
like
plenty
that.
of things for us to mess up.
We won't kill Xandis.
Hedge our bets.
Xandis is gonna make it out safe.
Gonna be totally
Nightmare
fine.
King is on Xandis duty, or
Sky
will
Or
you
me. We got two. The three
If,
of us.
if
will
Xandis
cover
has like
Xandis.
cardiac arrest, We got somebody right here.
And we
can
can
take
just
over.
say that Sky Team is not going to fly directly into the maelstrom. You're going to fly a little ways away to drop off Landis, so that Michael Zandis, so that they can start hightailing it out of there. Because we can't bring you. Sorry.
No, that is what the discussion is.
I don't want to go in personally.
Right, no,
wherever you weird people are going, I prefer to stay a ways back and excitedly celebrate when you come back. Maybe with another ship,
We
I
got a
guess.
whole night to figure out some other stuff too. Maybe I can try to make a parachute so he can pop off a couple miles out or something.
Do
we'll
we have
figure
a
it
whole
out.
night? I thought it was today.
It starts tonight.
It starts tonight or tomorrow.
Tonight or tomorrow.
We're not sure.
You don't have the specific timing of it.
Yeah,
You just know that it's coming soon.
Yeah.
All right.
The only reason I bring that up is just that the downside is that Sky Team is going to be lagging behind. Also, we don't really have an exit strategy.
No, we have talked about
Which
that.
we still have to do this. We just have to do it.
If we do it right, then exit strategy might just be recover and breathe deep and make our way out. Like we may just not get chased out if we do it right.
No way. We're gonna get chased out.
I know we're gonna get chased out.
All right, and go.
Okay. We know we're gonna dock. We know we're gonna let half the team off and ground team.
Let's do it now.
Skeleton team. Well, are we there yet?
Now we're 3 hours away. 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Can be there.
We can be there.
Let's just talk like this for 3 hours.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Also, we can't forget that there was like the pulsing every minute on the minute.
Some sort of like dispelling energy.
Dispel magic thing.
Which will probably cause the ship to crash, just because it dispels the stones, probably.
And we don't know how.
But it was pretty localized, wasn't it? It's
How
not
far
like
up did the
radius.
The radius of that?
It seemed to be pretty much just the interior of the sinkhole, and you're not certain, like, the power or scope of what it's capable of doing.
So
we
when you're
were just
flying,
warned.
You gotta get above it instead of coming in at it. Because if it kills it, it'll just.
You just gotta go above
nosedive.
it. Boom.
Yeah, tell that to Xanis. He's doing it.
Yeah, and so which?
No, he's
so,
not doing
Xandis is.
No,
Xandis just said he didn't want to do it.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're doing it now?
Yes, I'm the captain now.
Okay, I
of
just
this
let
ship.
it be known.
Wait,
I am.
what?
I am
Okay.
team.
I thought it was the opposite.
All I wanted.
No, that's
Three
what.
of them.
Wait a minute. This guy just said he
You
just.
were pro bringing Xandis the whole time, and then
And
I
then he
flipped,
said-
and now you flipped.
And then
No,
he
I
said, "No, we're
didn't.
gonna drop Xandis off."
I
not
did
the
not
plan.
say that.
He
I
wanted
said
to be drafted.
you just misunderstood me, Mojin. I want to land like.
Motion.
I'm
What
gonna
the-
first
okay,
say
wait,
that, like
so
200
what
or
does that look
300
like?
feet away so that Xandis can
What's
start
the
running,
Magus-
not a
Oh,
quarter
God.
mile away.
No, 200 to 300 feet away is still
Oh,
dropping
fuck.
him off before you crash land into the thing.
I
That
think
is
you
dropping
go
him
I want
off.
the
down
reference
ship,
to
and
the
then you
previous
guys get
episode.
out.
You set it in a direction and then leave and know that it is plummeting at the target.
Oh wait, like Speed with Keanu Reeves, really good movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. Is that what you're kind of talking
Yeah, I
about?
wasn't thinking anyone was
Yeah,
going
we
to
put it on
ride
it.
down into the hole. You're
No,
just
no,
going to be like,
we're gonna jump off at some point before we
Yes.
hit. Yeah.
and then swing away a ways and drop off Xandis and then start heading in to help.
Y'all are gonna have to be on that ship and make sure it plummets
You gotta guide it
directly.
down.
we're gonna
you gotta
start.
guide it
We're
down.
gonna start the dive and jump off.
Yeah, moments before it hits.
Moments before.
Okay, so Xandis
like,
can
we're
jump
in an
off.
elevator that's falling, but you jump right at the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it's
Except Xandis will have to jump as soon as the elevator starts going down.
Yeah, I know.
But we're not doing this situation. We're doing this situation.
And we're
I guess.
talking about Ferneagle
Yeah.
carrying Letters and Xandis off of the plummeting ship.
Or are we gonna have
So as long as it's-
Spider-Man
You guys
with
also
us?
have
We also have Ira.
Spider-Man can,
Spider-Man's gonna take Xandis.
Dimension door.
Spider-Man can take Xandis.
And then we're gonna
You're-
figure something out.
Yeah, she's gonna take me.
Or Fern Eagle can take Xandis and Ira can.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The Ira could take,
I'll just
you
propel it
down
down.
to go to heal.
So as long as those runes are active, that thing can plummet like it weighs exactly what it should weigh.
And just so it's said,
So
who is the body man on Xandis?
I'm also going to point out
That's
just so
what
people.
we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
We have two options. so
It'll
we're
it'll
okay.
be me or it'll be Ira.
Yeah.
I'm also going to point out, because I think this is how it works, is that the anti-magic field might make it. It could make it drop. It could make it fly up. I don't know if it cancels out the.
We just established that that's a
stone.
local thing.
Yeah, so
probably
it'll-
not
you know,
gonna
Once it
affect
gets in there, it either the runes will go down and it will start to fly up, or the whole thing will shut down and it will keep dropping.
It'll
Why would it
it'll
fly up?
sink.
Because of
Why
the
would it
brimstone?
Brimstone?
The broomstone's gonna be dispelled basically once that anti-magic hits.
Maybe.
That,
Also,
it's, as far, I mean, it's my experience with these sorts of ships. The brimstone, part of what keeps the loft, and Accelerating is the input of Arcana. So if it's disabled, it'll just stay in place without weight putting on it. And with the weight of this ship, it's probably going to sink.
I would have. Yeah, I knew that.
The only other thing is we don't fully know how this.
The only other thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. This is
Just
one
one last problem.
Plans.
No
God
big
laugh.
deal.
The gods laugh.
It seems like this Malleus key. It's got the little like tuning fork situation, and it's got the little spark, like little like taser thing.
You Poc-O-Pea.
Okay,
You know I have cattle prod experience.
yeah. We can only assume, and I guess we'll find out, that the moment that the apogee solstice hits, they're going to want to blast that fucker up to the moon to dispel the gate around the moon.
Yeah.
God plans Predathos laughs.
I don't have a point to that. Just stating.
No, it's good.
The only other thing.
None of us have points.
The only other thing
Just plan.
is ground team.
Yep.
Is what is the plan there? Just like literally walk up and start
Y'all
traveling
have
down
hours
the
to
hole.
figure
We're
that
going-
out
we're
as
gonna
you
go
as you
down.
go in.
We
Look,
have to take a look
the
around,
light is
figure it
changing.
out.
We are there, people.
The dust storm finally reaches you on your trajectory, and the clouded, thick, gray-brown storm that surrounds the exterior makes it hard to see anything beyond about 30 or so feet.
I'm gonna turn on my eyeball wipers.
Xanis puts their goggles on as well. Goes, don't worry, got these things to go ahead and pierce through for such bad viewing ship. I can go ahead and keep an eye out there. I just have to go back and forth from the the controls to the front a few times. But Xanis starts running back and forth and keeping tabs. All right. When should we drop off the rest of the crew?
Now, right? We're a couple hours out, right?
What do you think?
Yeah, Ira's been keeping an eye out. Reaches into his coat and goes,
Uh-oh.
What is that? What?
He needs to know
He
how
needs
far
the
away we are.
eyeglass to know how far away we are.
What's wrong?
Really?
I seem to have misplaced something.
What?
Oh my god.
I guess we're just going to wing it, aren't we?
Okay. Are you looking
You dropped
for
something.
your
You look back and his face is right up against yours.
Oh god.
your
It's game day.
your thing that you were looking through? Yes. I happened to find it.
Oh, where did you find it, Fern?
It was like rolling around on the deck, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't roll off.
You gotta be more careful with
You
your
should
belongings.
be more careful with your belongings.
It's so forgiving.
Looks through over the edge for a bit. There is a cavern not far below. Perhaps that would be a safe space for the rest of your crew. And we're about an hour and a half out. Xanis goes, all right, let's bring it down. Eventually coming to rest on the ground. The wind's still blowing past. Everyone's hair is caught askew in the blowing of and the bluster. Eventually the rest of the crew begins to gather, and one by one gathering their things, all their important elements after they've been instructed of the possibility of the ship not returning. One by one, they disembark and take shelter within this nearby rock cavern. Xandis, as they say goodbye to the last of their crew, looks back at the rest of you. Let's go ahead and make a very, very strong note of where this is, because I don't want to have them stranded out here either.
Oh, sure. Is it, or where we are represented on the map that I have of the...
Yeah.
Great, I'll make a mark on it.
Go ahead and make a mark on the map.
Grabbing some cannons.
If can we tell the crew if we're not back in a few days, we'll leave food for them and everything, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of
Supplies
there's
and stuff?
materials, supplies here. You're emptying the ship, so they
Yeah.
take all of it with them.
If we're not back in a few days, you should probably try to make your way to a town.
Xandis actually takes their small personal map of Hellcatch and aspects of Marquette and kind of marks the path to the nearest city, which is Bassaris. It's probably safer to go southwest to Bassaris than to go northeast to the Rumadam, because that can be very hot and dangerous before you even get to Ankarel or into the surrounding cities. So just head this way. Look for what's your friend out there? You said you know.
Oh, the Callaways? What? Who?
In Bassaris, you have a.
You know Joe?
Oh, Joe.
Look for a person named Imahara Joey. They write that down on the sheet there. And tell them you're friends of Bell's House, and maybe they'll put you in the right direction. Otherwise, just stay safe. And kind of goes around and gives a round of hugs to the rest of the crew. Don't worry, I'll see you all soon enough with a bigger, shinier ship, right?
That's right.
I want.
So,
Hey, do you want to point out on this map about where we are at this moment, roughly?
up here in this direction.
There's a Werther's underneath.
Don't hurt my Werther's.
You are about
That's
here.
what's in all those sinkholes.
Oh shit! And this is indeed the site.
Oh, it was
fucking
right there in plain
knew it,
sight the
Werther's.
whole time.
I got a Werther's,
Was it there? Was that thing the whole time?
but there's been a couple of those. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
I'm gonna grab.
Those are known sinkholes.
Gnome sinkhole?
Yes,
just
known
known
sinkholes.
All right.
Are there? Okay.
We're going to set down, cut them loose, put them in the cave.
And we all know that we're going to at least set down one more time before we go in, right? We're not, ground team isn't walking from here.
I don't know.
How far
Maybe.
is it from
We're an hour and a half away.
An hour and a half
Yeah.
away. I mean, I'll take it as close as you feel is best or comfortable, and then I guess we'll put the rest of you down.
Sure.
So just stop me when we're ready. And leans back into the heavy winds of the dust storm and pushing towards your destination, with Ira now kind of cackling at the far point end of the
He
ship,
will be.
with the eyepiece out, occasionally looking back. A little bit to the left, shouting into the storm. The ship adjusts.
I can't imagine him still being
He's
like
just running as navigator in the middle of this howling wind.
like Barbosa and
I wouldn't go
like
much further.
So,
World's
the ship
End
travels
in
at relatively
Pirates of
light
the Caribbean, World's End, and
150 miles an hour.
This is the math part.
Yes, let me go ahead and grab.
If an airship is
well,
traveling at
heading
150 miles
into
an
like
hour,
the
and a
final
ground team
battle
is
of the
traveling
movie.
Oh, I always
30
hated
feet.
those.
And you have a bucket
Every
of
6 seconds.
12 apples.
When will they meet?
Yeah.
I actually kind of like
They
it.
don't.
The doctor was his mother. That's the that's the
riddle,
answer.
that's the
Oh,
name.
Because our average
the
speed
mother.
is about 35, 40 feet.
So,
up.
Skyship is about
just do that.
10. Normal pace is 10 miles per hour, but with winds picking up, it can go much quicker.
Okay. And then the crawler moves at top speed about.
I'd say probably about 50 miles an hour.
Not very quietly.
Oh, it goes
No.
faster than the
Super loud.
airship.
It does, yeah. It cruises pretty fast.
Well, you can only get. You'd have to stop 1,000 yards out, probably, right?
Yeah,
Very
it's,
loud.
it's airship, then crawler, then the last
And
stretch
And
is
if the dust storm stops, we have to stop driving because that thing's real loud.
Yeah, how do we line up at the right time?
Quick check if there's
guess
anything. I'm grabbing, if we have it, 200 feet of rope, 6 cannonballs. If there's anything you want to throw in the hole that's on the ship right now is the time to do it.
Sure, make a note of that.
I'm making pictures.
We rested, right?
You did.
I'm going to hand out 3 Danishes that I cooked inside my stomach last night. Who needs a little extra boost of health?
Lavna.
Well, you just toughened up, didn't you?
I toughened up a little bit, but I'm still.
I'll give you. It's a
living
cherry Danish.
pinata. Thank
You, Imogen, get a cherry Danish.
Ooh, cherry.
Shit, baby.
I'm good. I'm strong.
Orem?
Actually,
Orem.
I like.
And I'm
Well,
old.
we're not
Cherry
gonna be on
Danish.
ground team.
Is it a
You're
special
Still.
Danish or just delicious?
It's a special cherry Danish that gives you an extra 3 temporary hit points when you
3?
eat it. Yeah.
How long does it last?
Until your next long rest.
oh, that's not bad.
You have one? You got a Danish?
I did. I'm just gonna eat it now.
Lana got a Danish?
Long
yeah,
rest.
Yeah, three Danishes. I think I can do 3.
I just want a piece of crust. I know it's
So
not going
3
to give
to
me a hit
3
point.
points?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take it now. Why not?
Fuck, that's good.
This is really good.
Wow.
Oh, I've been working on it. I still can't taste them, but
You would know.
We'll work on that.
thanks.
Wow.
I should send
Yes.
something to the Ashari.
To give them our ETA
Yeah.
and see if they can give us any bit of info on theirs.
Okay. All right. Sure. I'm gonna send a message to what? Keeler?
Yeah. Send it to Keyleth. I don't know, maybe fish for a way out for everybody. That's not important.
All right.
You
And
only
we're
have so
what?
many minutes.
About a
Hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes.
hour and a half out on foot? Would you say?
If you want to get that close, you can.
Now, I mean, if we land now and we're
gonna fly a little bit further, land, crawler, and walk. So I don't know how.
a couple hours now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do you want?
Do you want some disguise kit?
In about 30 minutes, we can travel roughly
Chill that hair out a
2
little bit.
miles.
Put you in some scarlet robes.
Oh, I'll put
I'm
on
gonna
something.
chill this out a little bit.
Yeah, put on something.
So
All right.
I'm going to land half a mile out.
We're gonna land half a mile out.
It'll
to
be
the north, south.
you can travel a mile in about 15 minutes.
Okay. So
Roughly on foot, just on foot.
we're to the southeast.
Yeah, we're southwest, and we're
Southwest?
traveling northeast.
Okay, so we're southwest of the side. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that message to Keyleth. We're a couple hours out to the southwest. Are we meeting up? Just going for it? Help?
That's your message. Keyleth responds, I'm gathering those of able body who've recovered from our last endeavor. I'll look for a tree. Let me know when you need the cavalry. Our arrival isn't quiet.
Does that mean you have to save a little juice to
Send a message,
Yeah.
And there's probably no trees down there. Maybe there is. We should keep an eye. Y'all should keep an eye.
As you've traveled, you have seen a few trees that kind of dot the landscape here that have, adapted to the drier landscape of the Hellcatch. Different sizes, some kind of small, they're kind of gnarled. I mentioned that kind of like these arms reaching up to the sky.
It's got to be thick enough for people to come through. That's the requisite.
Yeah.
And nothing. They would have. Did they see any in their dreams of the location?
I think they've been focusing enough on the sinkhole that likely not to the point of making a note of it, but as you approach, you can definitely keep an eye out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, phase 2?
Phase 2, land and split up.
Sure.
Last call for things in the hole.
Let's pull out our robes. Yeah.
Robes.
All right.
All
We've
right.
got 3 of the ruby.
The Ruby Vanguard robes.
Ruby
All right, that's
Vanguard.
3 of you in Ruby. Who has the Ruby Vanguard outfits on?
Probably the.
Should be people who look passable as mages, and then
that's not me.
It's not you, and then the others should be
not you,
Paragon's Call.
Right. Okay. So you, me, Orm? Or Chet. Which one of you wants to be?
You could look
As
like a
far
little.
as Paragon's Call or Vanguard?
I feel like Chet's more Paragon's Call with his bloody apron on.
Oh shit! Do I have to take it off to blend in? I just want to let them know it's coming.
Well, if you wanted that, you could have been on the ship.
I'll do Vanguard.
Okay.
Ruby Vanguard, Ruby Vanguard, Ruby Vanguard, and then
Naked with the apron on.
respect.
Just
And my hat.
ass cheeks out.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Can't be slowed down at the end of days.
Don't you think the apron would chafe?
Another option.
Paragon. Yeah, I'll do Paragon. I guess.
Get all
that's
the
what we got.
crimson rights going. Just.
Paragon, what we got?
Okay.
Just gotta get the
I'm gonna-
fur out.
Now,
Yeah.
and like the Paragon's Call don't have much of a uniform amongst them, more than just like, a handful of small symbols. For some of them, it's the amulets they keep, but they mostly just look pretty rough and tumble.
I'm just gonna zip up my. I'm gonna wear the jumpsuit like it's supposed to. So I've just gotta. And I'll just. Yeah.
And I'll be as invisible as long as I can.
Okay.
Also, point of order. We got 4 healing potions.
Potions. Who's got the potions?
So I'm gonna have one so I can be like a EMT.
Yeah.
Medic.
We got a big one, 2 big ones, 2 little ones. Ah.
Yeah, you gotta have
That's
Big one.
not that much.
Here, take,
It's
take a
what they're
biggie.
up against.
I have a disguise kit. We could do a little
At least I
makeup
think so.
job on our way on the boat over.
Here,
Before we land.
Chet, take one too.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like, nope. Sorry.
Who's got less than 65 hit points? You have one?
I've got this.
And then I don't know if this
You
is
want
an
2 of
old
them?
one or not.
No, no.
Are you sure?
That's a baby. There were 4 of these, right?
Who's fat?
Laura.
No, we bought, yeah, we had
They've
3
been
of those
separated.
on the table. No, but
Take the baby.
take it. Okay. I have 2 now, so.
That's all right.
Can we say as we were flying over, I like put on a little foundation.
Sure.
You know, if you want
Some
to do
rouge, just
anything,
brighten your complexion
yes,
up.
to not look so
Like
dead.
Jack Nicholson and Batman.
Yes.
Like Meryl Streep in Death Becomes Her.
Yep.
Yes. Love that movie.
I'm used to patching this. I know how to patch this.
Look like Tan Mom.
A little clay, a little sand.
All right. You get within, you said about a half a mile?
I think half a mile would.
That seems
visible.
close.
Yeah.
Half a mile would be close.
It feels a
we
little
should
close.
be a mile
I think
out.
a mile is
All right.
fine, and we could even
Yeah.
be on,
Mile
on
out
this
coming
side
in
of the mile.
And we're still low. We've been low this whole time.
As low to the ground as is possible. And it's just
Keeping a
flat,
fucking eye out.
flat desert, like any rolling hills or mountains behind us that we could blend in with, or is it just desert?
I mean, it's just dust storm right now.
Just, oh, that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps a
Okay,
lot.
so coming in low and in the dust storm.
Okay. The sky ship kind of begins to ride at a slower speed now, both because of the wind and because now that it's staying low, it has to make sure it doesn't suddenly ride up on the base of some sort of a mountain mesa or pillar. Xanis is kind of taking it through, goggles on, horns just curled back, the coat kind of flapping, clutching the front of the wheel and just kind of intensely looking forward. You can see kind of that half grin, but also that kind of occasional like neck crack of anxiety as they push onward, riding the ground low until you get about that mile distance where Iris says, "The mile is upon us. Time to bring it down." Dust gets carried away by the wind as the sky ship comes to rest here on the floor of the Hellcatch Valley. All right, so I guess we're the ones staying behind to take her home.
Yep. Good
Oh,
luck
boy.
to all of you.
Good luck to y'all.
We'll need 10 minutes lead time to get there, so tell us when you want us to,
All right.
if we don't see you again. Sure has been nice knowing you.
Don't do that.
Okay.
We'll
It
see you
hasn't
all
been
again.
nice to know you.
Sorry. We'll see you again. We'll see you all
We'll
again.
see you.
We'll be
It's
fine.
gonna be a little hard to
It's
stay
gonna be
awake for
great.
part 2, but
I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
that's
seen you
real.
You
nervous.
got the
Fran.
element of
I'm not
surprise.
nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm
They
totally
don't know
not
we're
nervous. I'm
coming.
totally fine.
We're working in concert.
Yeah.
You're sweating.
Worm still runs over and hugs Fern's goat leg. We'll see you soon.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, this is all stupid.
I know. Just if something goes wrong, just run. You don't need to be any heroes.
You can see some of the bright colors and the kind of wildfire like arcane lightning is now sparking through the storm, causing the various dark shadows beyond to light blue and purple and green and all sorts of technicolor flashes as you get closer and closer to the shifting nexus point of the ley lines this side of Marquette, all brewing into one final flashing core not far north from where you stand. The dust continues to keep a very chaotic and very unexpected future before you. As Xandus kind of adjusts their goggles. Well, not to jump off of your start there, but look forward to getting back together on... I get the sense there's probably not much of an enterprise around this corner, but whatever it may be, Ishtaras said a lot of great things about you in our correspondences, and in the time I've been with you, you all seem like pretty pretty okay people. So, I think what you're doing is pretty important, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So, guess buy me a drink when we get out the other side, eh?
We're lucky to have you on our side, Xandis.
Don't I?
You either.
We're not gonna. You're gonna be fine.
Well, good luck. May whatever you pray to or do not keep watch on you, or just stay focused ahead. They go ahead and take a swig of their brown jug once more, and then step over behind the wheel and just kind of focus. Ira kind of creeps over to the rest of you. Well, this is exciting. Just be ready for anything.
Yeah. I really wish we had Ira on our. Okay.
I'm gonna go get the car ready.
Can I lean around Ira and look at Xandis? Xandis!
Yachts? What?
Look, I'm real old. Been around for a long time. This is gonna be one for the history books. We're lucky we get to make a difference. You got this. That's it.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Thing.
Ira.
Yeah.
Don't betray us. You're an inspiration. I like you a lot. All right, bye.
Wait. Did you want to give him a good luck?
No.
Too obvious?
No.
Are you sure?
What?
But now's the time.
Oh my God.
What if you don't get another chance? I'm the best.
A good luck what?
I'm sitting there holding her arm like,
Letters. Yeah. Changebringer will be with you.
And also with you.
My life has been so fucked since I've met you. Thank you.
Why are we saying goodbyes like this is our goodbyes?
No, these aren't goodbyes. These are pump ups.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I have ultimate faith in y'all. Okay. I know we're trying to save the gods or whatever. I could give a shit less about them.
I don't even know them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, think how much
He doesn't mean it.
Just in case, the Fern.
What?
I go over and give Fern a big hug.
Oh.
And then I reach in her pockets and go.
Sleight of hand for
Sleight of hand.
perception.
Let's go.
I love it.
I was wondering.
Oh.
Just got this one. Uh, 23.
Fuck.
You sense his hand wandering into a pocket.
What are you looking for?
Something personal and irreplaceable.
My pouch.
Oh, something personal and irreplaceable. I am going to give you a kiss on your head.
Aww.
Well, fuck. Now that's just really hard to steal back, isn't it?
Well, you asked for something. What did you ask for again? Irreplaceable.
Expensive.
Good hands. Good hands. Confidence climbing.
You're just fucking great.
Thanks.
See you later today.
Yeah. Take care of everybody.
Yeah, they'll be
Please.
fine.
We'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Even now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna be great. We're doing great.
We're doing good. All right, everybody, bring it in. Bell's Hells on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Bell's Hells.
And Sandus.
Off in the distance because of the commotion, you're like.
All right.
Okay.
Gathering your materials that you need for this, you together pull your crawler from the side of the ship and set it onto the valley floor. It sparks awake, a flash of blue crackling energy inside its energy core, and the feet come to life, kind of adjusting its weight to hold itself in place while the front wheel just prepares for the journey ahead. Thankfully, you have two very small members of your team. While this wouldn't be at optimal travel speed, you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 3/4 onto it. And with one glance back at the silver sun, the wheel picks up, skids off into the dirt as the back feet push off, sprinting deeper and deeper into the technicolor dust storm ahead.
Does it seem like we're louder than the dust storm, or is the dust storm keeping the sound of what?
The wind's pretty loud, and the sound of the crawler is heavier at initial takeoff. Beyond that, it's just heavy footfalls grinding into it. There isn't like a continuously roaring engine outside of any sort of arcane flares or kickback from the core. But you press on.
Only taking us about a half mile, 3/4 at the most, and then we're shutting this down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm. Perception check.
Assist. Don't need it.
You should just do your own then.
Technically, because this is the dust storm, I would say do a singular roll. So just go ahead and roll 1 dice because you would give you
That is a 25.
Oh, 25. All right. We'll go ahead. All right. We will mark that as your general oracle-like eye on the horizon ahead of you as you continue. You catch a couple of shadows and then pass by some rocky outcroppings, some hills or punched stone that has long set rested within. You see a tree or two that you pass by on the smaller scale. Nothing yet that may be of the size that you're used to seeing your Voice of the Tempest traverse yet. But you do see a lot of the Haggard trees in here. And now that you have a ground view, as you pass a couple to keep an eye on it, you can see it's kind of the pale green and orange leaves that kind of just emerge in spurts at the end of some of these crooked, upward twisting branches, and these tiny little seed pods that kind of begin to emerge in lines down the bottommost branches of the tree. That's about it. You push on until you gauge the distance is around the level of comfort you're willing to take this crawler forward. Do you just abandon it here in the middle of the valley?
Can we hide it behind a stone? Is there a boulder or anything to hide it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and lean it into a space. There isn't you haven't encountered at this point any major variations to the land yet. There were some further back there, but at this line it's a little bit flat. But you do find one little hill or embankment to go ahead and lean it up against and keep it out of sight from the direction you're traveling.
Okay.
Taking myself for that one.
We could use one of those capes that Nanamori gave us. I don't think it would do much good, but it might just cover the crawler from the sand.
Shelf life?
Just to cover it from the sand, mostly.
Wait, those capes are done?
They're done.
Yeah, they've been used. It's just a fabric tarp by this
Is
point.
it big enough to give it a little cover? No, it probably might just make it more visible. I don't know. This thing's pretty grody, so.
I mean, yeah, if they're worth their salt, there will be a patrol, right?
Because we still have one of those, right? Or did we use all of them?
Actually, I got a great
We have
idea.
2 of them left.
We still have 2 left.
We had 3 total to
Yeah.
cover the whole
Let's turn
party.
it over.
So they
Yeah, and I gave
used
one
them
of
all.
them to
It's
the...
been discarded.
We used
Even if they come across it, though, they've been patrolling the area, they would be new, right?
Well, sand shifts all the time. What do you think?
If we need a
Whatever.
quick escape, we'd have to flip it back over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck yeah,
that's
let's just
fine.
go.
Ultimately, very low chance that we're going to be getting on this thing and riding out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Planning
The
for
moment
success.
that we get out of the crawler, I pull out the scribe ball, and I'm just going to have it out the entire time as we walk close.
You've got it. So you're kind of clutching it, in the very faint underglow of its kind of palish gray-blue energy, just kind of framing the bottom of Laudna's face from within the vanguard robes that you bear. No particular directional point of light discerning a immediate proximity to your target.
Kind of keep it tucked a little bit as well.
Continue on for a few more minutes. You catch two things. One, out to the right-hand side, you do see a larger haggard tree, one that might be functional, might be a good anchor point for the Voice of the Tempest.
Does it have any distinctive features that could be described? Tempest.
You see its height sits at about 15 to 20 or so feet. The heavier, thicker branches that make up kind of the spiraling, almost lightning-like climb of it, there's 4 of them. And you are welcome to leave a mark upon it that you think would make it unique.
Yeah, I'll, if we get up to it, I'll carve the Ashari symbol, the hourglass-like pattern.
You've got it. Easy enough to do. You're quick with a blade, and not the first time you've carved a symbol of any kind into a tree. So, Zorro speed style, managed to mark an Ashari symbol into the side of this tree. Definitely a familiar anchor for someone looking for such a thing.
Right.
You feel satisfied and turn around and take just a handful of feet back in the direction you were traveling before another shadow shape, larger, catches your attention. Kind of this a little bit to the left in the direction you're traveling. It looks like a hill, like a mound of some kind, and as you begin to travel past it, you begin to see more details, shapes, hard lines, like a structure almost, but a bit chaotic and oddly varied.
So definitely a structure, but not typical dwelling that I or we would be familiar with. I'm pointing out.
Not yet. You're too far away to make out much detail beyond just the kind of silhouette of it.
Is it probably big? Is that what we're looking for?
Worth the detour? I don't know. There's some sort of structure. How far off is it?
Best you can tell, about 150, 200 feet away.
That's not bad.
Could be an outpost, though.
Yeah.
Could be a way in. Could be more better disguises.
Is it time?
Yeah, we definitely just put all of our disguises
How
on.
stealthy would we want to be?
Okay.
Are we still? Is it still sandstorming around us too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll hold and just let me know when you want us to get real quiet.
All right.
Okay. So are you just skirting around it, or are you continuing the direction you're going? Or are you detouring?
I think detour.
Do you want to
It's not
sneakily go over and check it out?
Yeah. A couple of us go.
Check it out.
Yeah.
You may
Like
go
a group
invisible.
stealth check for those on the ground team, then.
I think is one of us going in solo, or all of us going towards it?
I mean, it's the less group, the smaller the group, the easier it is.
I think you could probably head out, chat, and go
This
check
could
it
be
out.
your solo.
Okay.
Solo.
All right. So while the 4 of you continue venturing on your own path into this dust storm, be sure you don't lose eye contact with
We're
the
not
rest
going
of
to
your
move.
team.
We're not like keeping walking
Okay.
without him. He's just going
Okay.
to go check that out and come back.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me. I'll give you advantage on this because you are in the middle of a heavy dust storm.
23.
23.
Even more than that. 27. Sorry.
You slowly approach this shape, this silhouette, and the closer you get, it's not a structure or a building, it's wreckage. You get closer still, and you see what looks to be splintered and destroyed wood and stone. You see what almost looks like a half-crumbled cathedral. Make a perception check for me. Actually, no. This would be an investigation check.
Okay. Natural 19 for 24.
24. You get a bit closer and glancing at this. You see elements of it scattered in different places, smaller piles. There's like drag marks in the ground and all manner of footprints visible that are almost completely gone, but you can just pick up from the dust storm as it's just about to cover them from any side. You can see the signs of people who have moved through. This was a skyship that crash landed. And the cathedral and designs of it have a very particular continuous religious theme in iconography. Like it carried a temple before it impacted and was left to partial ruin. It is mangled, parts of it are burned, and the flames have died. It looks like the sections of it where the broomstone have been attached are either unseen or have been scavenged.
Does it appear recent to him?
With a high enough investigation check, it looks like it is in an ancient crash site.
It is not, or
it's not an ancient crash site.
That means that they might bring you all down before you can.
Could it have been like a Judicator ship?
Yeah, I'm
trying to get their ship.
Their ship trying to come and do exactly.
Do you want
what
to
we wanna do.
continue to investigate the wreckage, or are you good with the information you have?
Yeah, I wanna get a little bit closer, but I wanna check the ground just in case anybody left any sort of traps as I get closer. Just want to see if there's any No, there's no point. It's not gonna tell us anything. I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
Okay. There's an airship that crashed. It doesn't look old, like it's fairly recent. It looked like it had remnants of a temple on it, so maybe from, what was that place across the sea that has all the temples and the deities and Vasselheim? Maybe. But if it's recent, I don't think it's a coincidence. They might have a way to shoot down something that was trying to travel here.
Great. Should we cancel Plan A and?
Fuck, I think so. Because if they get hit in midair, they may not have the time to jump. They could get separated from each other. I think we gotta call it.
Unless we just make one hell of a distraction on the ground.
What if it's automatic? What if it's set to target anything that's coming through here?
It's a shield.
Unless they go really high. Do we see anything that I mean? I guess
You'd have to get close and like really inspect the wreckage to.
the closer we
discern.
get, we might see some sort of anti-aircraft artillery. And that
You mean
would
to
give
the
us-
sinkhole?
Oh, to this.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Did you get a sense of what brought it down?
I didn't. I'll be right back.
I'll actually go close this time, and as I follow my footsteps, if they're still there in the sandstorm, I'll start looking really carefully in the ground and on the horizon as I get closer. I'm gonna try and look for evidence of like gouging or explosions or anything that might have ruptured the ship versus like something that just crash landed
Okay.
on the exterior side without pushing it.
We'll maintain your investigation role because it's kind of still the same space and kind of carrying that attention to detail throughout. Which is a pretty high investigation roll. You don't see any like.
Look for one other thing. If it was heavily armed or had mounts for armaments. Like ours is a ship that has a couple of mounts for ballista and shit. Like, was this thing rolling dirty?
That's a good question. Looking through the remnants you can find, the outer edges of this ship are heavily fortified with metallic armor. You can see there are embankments and mounts along the exterior for heavy chain-based harpoons. What looked like may have been cannons, but all the artillery's been removed. It's been taken. You can see what looks to be signs of battle on what elements of the deck are visible. You don't see any signs of any like massive exterior explosion, any sort of detonation or weapon blast that took it down. You do see signs of battle on the deck.
Which means they could have.
And you do see what elements of the bottom of the ship that you can find. There are what looked like giant metal harpoons with heavy chains behind them that were jammed and splintered in from underneath.
Well, but visibility, right, is on our side right now.
And if they jumped onto the ship, then they probably saw them coming. Maybe they were looking for this place and they didn't have the exact location like we did. We might still have surprise.
We can let them know.
Yeah, we
As
should
long as-
relay
but
and
if
let
that
them.
windstorm lets up,
Then it's over.
And also,
It's over.
harpoon guns only have a radius. They can only go so far. So this might just be, once again, this might just have to be very high altitude.
Maybe we tell
assault.
them and we let them make the choice. If the sandstorm goes down, they have to abort.
Do you have any? Did you pack any type of fog cloud, windy, anything, druid, realness?
We're not there.
No, I know.
Yeah, but even
totally
if it was a
fully-
clear,
yeah, you would have. You probably would have done that if you were selecting. You haven't selected spell for the day yet.
I come back and I relay like, this ship was down to clown. They were not fucking around. And if you look real closely,
I know. He sounds like
the sandstorm will cover it in a mound.
The windstorm, nothing is affecting it.
Oh, it's the skin.
Look, the adrenaline has helium-like effects. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm gonna send a message to Fern.
How can you have a limited amount of those? Correct.
Yes, I do. I've already used this. Will be my second, third level spell. for
Should
the
we,
day.
before you do that, we get a little bit closer and see what else we potentially find in case there's more information that needs to be rolled up into this?
Sure, we still do have the sandstorm. We can wait.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I relay. We keep moving forward.
All right.
Orm and I are up front.
And they're not going to hit until we've found our people anyway.
Yeah.
So they hang back for now.
Yeah.
More information. We need more information.
Yeah.
Okay. So you press on.
I also painted a dope-ass Cerberus assembly symbol on it, so we're golden.
And as we press on,
wait. Oh, they're with us. We're fine.
Cerberus assembly on board.
If he's got perception on the horizon and in the air, can I keep an eye strictly on the ground? Tripwires, plates, anything that looks out of the ordinary in this organically blowing.
Make a perception for me. It does not have advantage. It would have actually have disadvantage given the storm.
Heart rate.
Investigation or perception?
Perception.
Then that's just a 12.
Okay, so keep an eye out on the ground before you as you progress forward. You continue on 4 minutes more.
Still looking at the ball.
Yep. And it isn't terribly long before you see a bright point of light within the sphere you carry.
She's here.
In the direction that you're traveling. Though at an angle. You also see among the rocky mounds and bits of broken ground that push upward the rising lip of the edge of the excavation site.
I gotta poop. Oh,
God.
God.
Me too. My teeth started hurting.
You see it before anybody, but the climbing edge of it along the side, you can see the kind of rocky natural steps from the pushed up earth that has rolled back and crumbled. As the storm blows over, you can see the shapes of figures moving along the edge. You can see tents and various excavation shacks set up around the outside perimeter, as well as large shapes kind of walking by.
We're there.
So, those things that are walking by, are they are on the upper rim and edge, or are they just beyond as we start to crest, or we haven't gotten there yet?
You haven't gotten there.
We're
Yeah,
seeing,
you guys are
a line.
Yeah,
right?
you guys are like stepping forward and just you're kind of looking at the ground before you, and it's the dust storm is kind of keeping most of it obscured, and then you just begin to see the ground rise up and just the outline of the edge there with like a couple of.
Is it worth like lowering our visual profile as we get to the edge to
Or,
peek?
I mean,
Or
Well, we got to approach this place somehow. So we use Ash's group sneak, right, and get low and do exactly that. We try to time it so
You
that we
hear behind you as you're having this conversation. And you turn around and you see a crawler that's riding rapidly, just parallel to kind of sandwiching you between the entrance of this.
towards
we're
us,
just
or
straight up. We're
No,
straight
just
up.
kind of behind
parallel.
you.
So we're already within their.
Yeah, we're in the hot zone.
Yes.
Let's.
That's okay. Your Paragon's call. You both got your yellow cloaks on.
Yes, which
And
could
we
also
gotta-
mean that we're within the
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Potentially.
Right.
Every minute.
Yep.
You guys do anything?
I'm gonna. I suggest
Act
we
natural.
drop.
Just to act like we're.
But
supposed to be
also aim for a gap with no automaton behemoth.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
just
The crawler sound gets louder. And as it begins to tear through the dust behind it, kicked up the large legs, tearing into the valley floor, it gets about 60, 50 feet from you before you see the figure at the front. Heavy goggles, like long tattered coat with like streamers of different colored materials just flowing behind it. It pulls up around and kind of does a slow arc as it kind of rides by and gives you all a glance. I would like a group deception roll for me. You will have advantage because you are wearing the colors and outfits of allied figures.
Okay.
Advantage group deception.
Natural 20.
Thank God.
For a total of?
Deception? It's probably not
Thank you.
much.
God damn it.
21.
21?
17.
17.
24.
24?
10.
10?
6.
No.
That's okay.
We
That's,
passed though.
that was 2 successes and then a double success on the natural 20 versus 2 failures.
Multipass.
I have a,
Multipass.
You watch as it
I have a
cruises,
negative 2.
it cruises by
Pretty high deception too. I rolled a 3 and
and
a
peels
5.
back off again. Charging back off into the heavy storm.
Yeah,
Seemingly satisfied.
we're not threatening enough. They would stop and would have fucked with us.
Yeah.
So we'll delay our movement forward until where there's like almost like little ducks in a row at a shooting gallery. We'll go between automatons because we got to get a look in here and see what we're dealing with. Yeah.
I think so.
Are there any other people, like around the surface, just walking around outside of the automatons, or it?
Yeah. You see the shape of a handful of figures, maybe 2 or 3 people that are kind of walking along. 2 of them kind of stop and talk for a second. You're too far away to see any details beyond just like the outer shape that you see of a bipedal humanoid walking past. At the lip of this storm with the light coming through, it has kind of this light brown glow behind them with the occasional flashes of energy, which makes it very apparent for a moment the shape as the nexus flashes are just growing in more intensity and rapidity. So you see about 3 figures, and you see 2 of these large shapes. One that seems to be actually stepping up from the other side before it approaches over, heads towards one of the tents.
Just a question: as the crawler was going by, the person that was driving it, the people that we see in the storm, is it just outlines, or could we tell, at least from the person that was driving it, who I guess got the closest, do they have like a shawl or something up to protect their mouth from the sandstorm?
They do. And they all, the person in the crawler you saw was in the attire of Paragon's Call.
Got it.
As best as you can gather from the details that you've granted in the past. But yeah, they have their face covered in like a mask to prevent the dust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're going in.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Going in.
Confidently.
Hiding in plain sight.
Okay. You step closer and closer. Slowly you begin to see the details of this sinkhole edge encampment come more and more crisp into view. You can see tables and chairs. This definitely kind of has a... hard to tell if it's like a guard post or a remnant of the excavation that's just been taken. But you see a handful of tents and bits of furniture, crates, boxes that contain things you can't really make out at this distance. The massive automaton that you can now see standing, a good 15, almost 20 feet tall. It's kind of a round egg-like body. Its heavy, thick legs looming up. Its massive piston battering ram-like fists reaching down, and you watch as the front of its body, like an opening, opens up to like a semi-hollow interior, and it begins to pick up a couple of boxes that are on the ground and placing them inside of it before it closes and begins to step back over and vanish down into the sinkhole below. The second one, the one that didn't emerge, is just slowly walking a perimeter to the left side. So you get closer still and you start seeing the colors of the Ruby Vanguard, the 3 figures that were present. They're all just kind of talking amongst themselves before they glance over and make notice of your approach. You see one of them puts their hand up like this. Begins to step down one or two of the stones. Glances over your direction, and you hear a voice go, "Who are you with?"
Miss Timolt.
"What is your business out there?"
That's above your pay grade, son.
Persuasion check.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Let's go.
That'd be persuasion or deception. Haha.
Oh, actually, no, that would be deception.
Okay, good.
Deception.
19.
19. The figure kind of gives you a look over. You all watch as this like soft glow just apparates from the inside of this pit. You're now close enough where you can just see the faint like, and just kind of vanishes about 10 feet above. As it does, you see the massive automaton that's walking along the side. Its body suddenly flashes in runes, and it seems to like slow for a second before it picks back up again. Continues to move.
I cover my junk every time it flashes.
The individual approaches. They're like goggles up, mask up, kind of look at the rest of your troop. Well then, get to it, I guess. Go ahead and take their like walking stick that they have and start walking back up the side. The other two are just kind of glancing off. It's definitely, the quills aren't up, but they're all watching very carefully. What do you do?
Keep going.
We walk on
Act
through.
as if. Yeah.
Okay.
Big dick
I
energy.
need you all to make, aside from you, the rest of you to make a group deception check.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
This is not an advantage because this is not a quick drive-by. This is a walk-in with a very, very meticulous inspection of each of you.
Deception. Okay. Okay.
9.
Actually, well, you are wearing their robes, so I will give you advantage on this.
Oh, what a good luck.
12?
Much better. I mean, still sucks, but 8.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
Which is
12.
good for
8.
me.
21.
18.
Okay.
Okay.
Matt! What are you doing?
We got the perch.
Mid-flex.
DEFCON 2.
You all begin to step and climb the outer edge of this pit. You rise up and as you are heading up the stone way, one of the figures, a female figure, goes, "Hold on." Glances at you in your garb. Pulls the goggles up. Remember when you fought in a kitchen? At a house in Eos?
Could you be more specific?
Was there a horse in the hallway?
With a horse in the hallway?
Oh, when I headbutted a Clydesdale?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
A familiar face from that day.
This
Kinda
soon?
gives you an intense glance over.
Well, to be fair, I was a wolf
That's true.
for that fight.
That's true, you were a wolf.
I mean, the musk, it permeates any nature, any active nature.
That's true. And scans over the rest.
Oh, let's see.
Where are we? What's the
You okay?
setting?
Huh?
You all right?
What's the setting?
Don't
This
do
is a
anything yet.
Dungeons and
Don't do
Dragons
anything yet. We're not starting a battle right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody looked at me and acted like something.
All of the rest of us, our
Triggered a
hair is
memory.
pulled back, our hoods are up, we've
I
got
understand.
masks over our
We also
face.
do
I
a little
understand.
bit of-
But it
yeah.
also, if we keep talking and stop him from talking, then nothing bad will ever happen. to us.
Oh, it's time to go to break.
The figure inspects the rest of the crew as you're stepping by. and you see this kind of like intense scan of your troop. She kind of looks back and mouths something to one of the other people standing on the side, the one that originally approached and kind of talked to you. Gives a nod.
We're gonna need to split up. Now. You go. You go.
Is there any covers or anything? Is there any
Just
place
slow
where we
this
can
down. Use the
lose them a little bit?
Use the sandstorm to your advantage.
The figure that saw this, the one that approached you, just as this was kind of happening rather rapidly, begins to walk towards you, kind of putting a hand up to stop the rest of the troop. Can I talk with you for a moment?
Make it fast.
Kind of pulls you about 10 feet away, and not quite making eye contact with you, kind of talking out the side of their face towards you. Who are these individuals?
I don't think you need to know that.
I think I do. It is part of my job here to remain post for outsiders, and one of my aides here at the side has exhibited some concern that perhaps you have been infiltrated.
Which one?
Kind of like gives a nod over towards Orem, and gives a glance over towards, I think it'd probably be you. Yeah.
How many of them
Tell
are
your
there?
aide there's nothing to worry about. They've been in my service for a long time and have been working doubles. This doesn't go beyond us.
Another wave comes cascading through the tunnel. The nearby automaton kind of picks up again, continues its move, and it begins to turn to make its path backward on its patrol, kind of just heading in the direction of your crew. Make one more deception check. This will be with a disadvantage because they are very, very... They are anxious. They are close to a specific day they've been working hard for, and they are looking for any signs of infiltration.
Just while this conversation was happening, before you roll, I just casually look over our shoulders. Anybody behind us?
Make a perception check.
Just one second. Never mind. Natural one.
No, you don't see anybody. Looks like these three figures and the one kind of patrolling automaton that's about 20 feet off from where you stand.
Yeah. Sand gets in all these different cracks. Gets everywhere.
15.
15.
Disadvantage?
I'm sorry, but it is my ass on the line. You can continue, but we have to take them in. Turns around, goes to snap. We need to, please, take these figures, bind them, disrobe them. And one of the figures begins to walk over to one of the automaton, kind of waves it over, and it like begins to quicken its pace in the direction of the crew of U5.
And there are three individuals here?
3 individuals in the automaton, yeah.
Says just in Laudna's head. Run. You heard them. Freeze, both of you.
What's
In
this
your head.
about?
Run.
Think. In or out?
Whichever way will cause a distraction.
The one that was talking to you, the staff, begins to mutter an incantation under its breath. And then as they release the hand...
Let's go!
I need you and you to make wisdom saving throws. Okay.
Who?
Everyone but...
You're among them.
Natural
Me
20.
too.
Natural 20.
Advantage on it because it's magic, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Me as well?
You as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are
are they only trying to take Orem and...
It seems like it.
Oh,
17, okay.
18. Okay.
18.
Okay.
Fuck.
Great. All of you feel this magical influence begin to stick into your body, and you shrug it off. You feel your entire physical form freeze up, all of your muscles locking in place as the paralysis takes over. What are you doing?
What are we doing, Orem? What are we doing, Orem?
I don't know, man.
Guess what? The one who cast it.
Yeah.
I make a beeline right for him, and as I run, I take my chisel and I go from my navel to my neck, and just pull Chetney open his side and just attack him, like straight up attack.
And that's where we'll pick up as soon as we finish our break.
We gotta kill these bitches.
I'll set this down
Rolling like shit.
as it transitions. You can get some thoughts on what
rolling
this is.
like shit.
Oh, we're setting down a map? I already read this.
That
but
fast?
You gotta go.
This map
We gotta
is brought to you by
play.
WizKids
We gotta break
Minis.
his concentration so your
Pre-order
paralysis
painted or
drops.
unpainted
It's on.
versions of Ukatoa today. WizKids.io/CR-Minis or your friendly local game store.
So we have Imogen, you are back here. The wolf is right here, rushing up.
Kill him and bury him.
Yep.
Orem,
Take their shit.
you're all kind of standing off
Hey,
to the
there's
side here.
tents too. We can
Yeah,
just
that's cool.
drag them in there.
This fight is intense.
Hey!
Shame on you.
That made me happy.
Here. From here, we will have the.
Fuck, didn't want to do this so soon, but here we fucking
Here we go.
Actually, be back here with this
If
spell.
we do
since
it
we're all
right,
forward.
we
It's
shield
since
us
you
out
walked
again.
off to talk about 10 feet. This is the one that casts the spell.
Sometimes it's go time, y'all.
And I'd say since you did run and leap, we'll start there. Because you did just say you left and transformed.
Yep.
And then we have two figures that were kind of watching down here, off to the side, and keeping an eye here as you rush past.
And the automatons are like crossing, doing patrol.
Right here.
Ah!
Jeez!
Oh,
Okay, hold me closer, Tony Danza.
How long has it been since the last,
He's a
since the
kid.
last boom?
The last boom, this is maybe like 10 seconds after.
Okay, so it's a while.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
So we'll go to break. We'll pick up at this
Is that
when we
now?
return.
I'll
See you in
be-
a few minutes.
I gotta watch it, all the ads until maybe the new one, but anything new, but nothing. I'm call it apart. Yes, when they just try to get this, they do to get some out of it. Oh yeah, the Ukto.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's
Hey,
new
you.
in the Critical Role shop.
Could anything be more perfect?
I already have a dice box,
I
so
mean, the traveler always says
yeah, I
impulse
have 3
purchases
dice.
are a good decision.
Oh, so comfy cozy. Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here.
The cuteness, it's overpowering.
It's so cute. I can't handle it. This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many cool things right now. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
We now return to Taldore Theater and the Bard College of Tragedy.
At this point, I don't think there's gonna be anything new, so I'm gonna hold part 1 here.
Stabbed.
Any
Chat.
last words?
Thank you for joining me. This is Brina Dementia, half-elven YouTuber. I wish you good fortune. Quest of life.